All right, let's talk about another knife that came to me from my good friend John via Amazon. This is the Remette folding knife, is what they call it. They give it a model number YH-Z. It's a full titanium frame lock flipper. It comes in a cool hard case with some foam inside, nothing fancy, but just really nice. Here is a little bit of information. Yeah. Let's dive into it. I will put an Amazon link down below if you are so inclined. Again, no pressure, no nothing. I'm just sharing information. This is a little bit smaller than I normally would carry, but it's not too small, but it's on the verge for my hands. Some of you may like, well, some of you do really like smaller knives, and I can appreciate that as well. Runs in at about $147 on Amazon right now. The other knife that John sent me was this guy, which I think was $57 from the XTOUC company. Yeah, a little different. Here we've got more traditional frame lock flipper in titanium. So it does fit in my hand, but it is a little small. It just feels a little bit small. You can sort of choke up, but that finger choil is not really a finger choil. It's just a little bit of an opening there. It's more of a large sharpening choil, to be honest. And yeah, I do like the lines of this knife. If this was an XL version, let's say, because the blade on this one is about 3 inches. If this was a 3.5 inch bladed knife, all the proportions would be slightly bigger. It'd probably be really good and fun in my hand. But for $150, you're getting full titanium, M390, frame lock flipper on bearings. You know, even with a 3D milled titanium pocket clip, that's really not a bad deal. You're getting it from a lesser known name, Remit. They do have other models on Amazon. I didn't go looking elsewhere. I am sure you can probably find this at other places. I just didn't go look. I'm just here to share information, and I didn't go looking for the best deals all around or whatever. Like, you know, if you want to go looking, you can look. I think it's really cool. So it's 4.25 inches by 7 1/8, 3.03 on the blade and the cutting edge. Really thin behind the edge at 0.014. It is a very nice flat grind with the fuller, which I think aesthetically just looks nice. Blade thickness is 0.136. It is M390, as I mentioned. Weighs in at just 3.4 ounces. Runs on bearings. It is made overseas. I suck at the reverse flick, middle finger flick, spidey flick, whatever you want to call it. And quite frankly, it's one of the least favorite openings in the world, in my opinion. I don't understand it. It's not a thing. But you can do it that way. They say you can do it with a thumb also. You can. It's just not as comfortable. It's kind of hard. You got to kind of dig your thumb in to get to it, just because to really use the thumb stud better, you need a little bit more cutout here. It's just... I mean, it works, but not great. You know what I mean? All in all, let's take a close-up look. It's got some fingerprint smudges on here now, but very sterile blade. Don't even think it has M390 anywhere on it. It does have it in all the paperwork and stuff. There is an over-travel stop. There is a steel lock bar insert. Some nice milling and contouring here on the pocket clip. I mean, all in all, for $150, you really are getting a pretty good bang for your buck. There is no internal milling, which could have helped with the weight, but at 3.5 ounces, we're good. Actually, 3.4 ounces, so not even 3.5. The action is pretty smooth. It's not perfect. It's not drop shut by any means. but it is very smooth and satisfying, and it's got a good sound. So I have been kind of procrastinating on doing a video on the Avian Knives Atlas. That's why I'm kind of throwing in this Amazon knife really quick to do. But I do have to do the video on this guy. I'm just trying to get my ducks in a row and get a little more details and just kind of get my thoughts together on this, because it is a friend's knife. Like, he designed it and produced it and all of that. So I want to do it justice. This is just some Amazon knife. So, I do take a lot of care in all of the videos that I do. I do try to make them beneficial for you guys and all that. But when a knife comes from a friend that they designed and they had made and things like that, I just want to do a little bit more. You know what I mean? And I think the only other video on the Atlas is from Jim Skelton, who spent a lot of time and did a fantastic video. So I kind of want to, not just throw it out there. You know what I mean? But very similar-ish, very small, very titanium frame lock, very similar, but very different. This one has no hardware and there are no tools required. It truly comes apart into a bunch of pieces with just these tools. So stay tuned for this. You're not going to want to miss the video on that one. All right. I will I'll put an Amazon affiliate link down below if you're even interested. They do, when you go to this one down at the bottom, it has multiple different versions or different models that Remit has. So if you're interested, go check it out. If you're not, let me know in the comments. Don't do Amazon crap. I am good with that. I would love to hear your feedback.